calling the meeting of the Stearns County Planning Commission to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so we'll begin with the roll call. District 1, Jason Wiener, and that's me. District 2,
Dave Bentrud here.
District 3.
Jason Crone here.
District 4 is Sean Blackburn, and he is absent and excused for the day. District 5.
Jacob Bach here.
At large.
Rich Blinkish.
At large, Tara Ostendorf. She is excused as well. And do we know, is Commissioner Persky coming today?
I believe he's not coming. He had mentioned last week he was possibly working a track meet tonight. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that notice.
All right. So we have two items today. The way we're going to run the hearing is I'll introduce the item. We'll talk about who went to the site. We'll have the staff report. The applicant will give their introductions and if there's anything to add. The commission, the planning commission members will then ask the staff and the applicant questions if they have any. We'll open the public hearing, take public comment, and then our staff will read in any email or written comment. In terms of correspondence, we'll have a motion to close the hearing, further discussion, finding of facts, and then a motion to approve or deny. I will be not voting unless it's to break a tie. So just so people are aware of that. So let's get started. So agenda item number 1, to consider an interim use permit application submitted by KB Farms Limited, Cold Spring, Minnesota, according to sections 4.18, 6.17, and 9.3.6 of Stearns County Land Use and Zoning Ordinance number 439 to operate a temporary asphalt or concrete plant in the Agricultural 40, A40 zoning district. The proposal is located in part of the northeast quarter of the northeast corner lying west of Island Lake Road and northwest of County Road 2 in Section 11, Wakefield Township. The property address is 24993 Island Lake Road, Cold Spring, Minnesota. Members who visited the site. District 1, Jason Wienerman, I did. David?
Yes, I did.
Jason?
Drive by it all the time.
Jacob?
I did.
Rich?
Yep.
We were all there. Okay. So do we have... If you could introduce yourself and your address.
Jeff Kramer, 20665 County Road 2, Cold Spring.
Great, thank you. So now we'll have our staff report.
okay, so this is a temporary asphalt plant, which will be in an existing gravel pit. They are requesting this to be valid until December 31st, 2034. Previously, Wakefield Township issued a permit for the mining operation out here and for an asphalt plant, and that asphalt plant permit just expired in December. So that's why he's here requesting a new one. There's no wetlands within the vicinity of the asphalt plant. We've received no complaints on it. Access is from Island Lake Road, which is a township road. And it will meet all required setbacks. Proposed hours are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Sundays and holidays should be excluded. And then we require $5,000 financial guarantee. Surrounding areas zoned A40, there are approximately 22 residences and 3 animal feedlots within a half mile of the property. Proposed conditions, number 1, set the hours of operation. Number 2, set a date for the interim use permit. Again, they're requesting December 31st, 2034. Truck hauling signs are required during times of hauling. Recycled asphalt pavement or excess material shall be removed upon completion of the operation. And then the $5,000 financial guarantee. And that's all I have for the staff report.
Applicant, any additional comments or information you'd like to share?
One potential change, the township, our other permit is 7 to 2 on Saturdays, so I accidentally put 7 to 3 on Saturdays, so we would want to match that to 7 to 2 on Saturdays.
Okay. Defer that question.
Historically, we haven't had any issues in that location. We've had the plant there, as Heidi said, in the past. Our permit expired. We don't have any set schedule that we're looking to bring either plant in on. We just like the availability, so when jobs bid, we know that we can set a plant there, if need be, and it's just an option. So, that would be all I have to add right now.
Questions from staff, questions from board members?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Rich Blinkish here. Just looking at the difference between what the township letter has and from the packet, question for the applicant. In regards to the lighting, in the application, it says the lighting, if any lighting is needed, it shall be directed inwards. And then in the township one, it says downward. Which one is it? I mean, did you agree to do downward?
Lighting, we really won't need much for lighting, and currently the pit floor where the plant would sit is 25, 22 feet lower than all the surrounding grade.
Okay.
So, short of us putting the light up, it would,
It's just when you get into the,
yeah.
I mean,
I think in the
you're-
application, I actually think that's a boilerplate, right? The lighting inward, I think that's a boilerplate off of the application.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. Just making sure, that's all. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I could, the agenda item talks about a temporary asphalt or concrete plant, and a lot of the notes from Wakefield talk about asphalt. And is there much difference in the processing between, say, asphalt and concrete? Is anything more required? Is it kind of market driven, or?
Yeah, it'd be market driven. We've had both plants in this exact location
Okay.
in the past. Wakefield Township administered the permits, so I think they just called it a asphalt plant permit, but it covered both. I don't think they delineated.
And you've been doing both over the years?
Correct, yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Just one other clarification on that. The same section of the ordinance covers both asphalt plants and concrete mixing facilities, so there's no issue with calling out both of those on this one permit.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, question, was the old IUP running out that you wanted, or that it was a rush meeting here on this one, or?
So it expired on the 31st. There's all kinds of jobs bidding. It's more so that it opens up our availability
Yeah,
and takes question marks away.
yep, nope,
So
oh,
we may not use it. We may not be successful on the bids and use it. We might be.
yeah.
So,
I was curious on the rush of it, but that would make sense if there's,
yeah, so the
it just
timing actually
expired.
worked out in that Central Specialties was going to have this special meeting anyways, so we split the cost with them and figured we might as well. They were doing it anyways, so we kind of just joined on.
like it.
Okay, I have a question in regards to, again, with the Wakefield letter here. They make reference to the south driveway entrance on Island Lake Road and south entrance for the pit.
Yeah,
It's,
where the cursor is
okay,
circling there is the actual pit entrance. So
okay.
if you go roughly 200 feet north, there was an old field road. So I believe that's what Heidi was referencing, that they don't want us to go any further past that. So there used to be, where the property line is, the north property line of this. Yeah. So where the blue line is on the north, that used to be the property line.
Okay,
Since the original permit and since Island Lake Road was rebuilt and redesigned, we purchased the property to the north of that. So their concern is that we don't decide to move the driveway call it 500 feet north, because that 500-foot stretch of road wouldn't be improved to handle the extra the traffic.
Okay, I just was making sure.
Yeah. So they actually put a sign at that northern limit that says 10, I think it's 10 ton from County Road 2 to that sign, and I believe it's 9 ton from that sign north.
Okay, all right, that clarifies it. Thank you.
Yeah, and then deer drone restrictions, it's, less, so.
Sure.
That site's been used, I mean, that pit has
Forever.
been active for what, 40 years, 50 years, and it's a
No,
long.
not that long. I think
Really?
we opened it in probably 06, 07, we opened it.
Really?
Yeah,
God, it seems like it's been there forever.
but there's been a handful of asphalt plants and, a couple of concrete plants in and out of there, so.
So that actually brings up a question I had, but it's probably more relevant for the next topic, but relevant here for staff. So as we have the interim use permit, these folks have applied for several in the past. Why do we require people to come back every 10 years or so? And why don't we just do, if they intend to be doing this for the foreseeable future, why can't we just, is there another permit we can do that's permanent?
Mr. Chair, there is a permanent option through a CUP. Those are getting more at the actual permanent facilities that aren't moving in and out. So these are the ones they're there for a couple weeks and then they're pulled out and moved to another site typically. Yeah, I mean, that would be a question. We haven't had anybody ask for CUP for something that's going to be moving in and out. But that is part of in the ordinance as a permanent option.
Okay, thank you. Other questions from commission members? All right,
Seeing no one here is from the public, I would make a motion
open the hearing.
and I'll make a motion to close it.
We do have one letter.
Oh, we do?
Correspondence.
The
Oh,
one from Wakefield Township that's on your desk there.
thank you.
Just received that this afternoon. So I'll just highlight this letter. So basically, they're saying that KB Farms has been good to work with over the years that they've had permits with them, and then they've got 6 conditions they're requesting be added. One's hours of operation, 2, the downward lighting, 3, that the facility be hidden from view as much as possible. 4, the haul roads and processing or staging areas shall be surfaced with class 5 with chemical treatment or water to be applied to control dust. Exercise best efforts to control noise and to minimum practical levels. And vehicles used for hauling materials to or from Island Lake Road shall use the south driveway entrance from Island Lake Road to access County Road 2. So
Thank you.
that is all I received.
Anyone else from the public?
Motion back in place to close public hearing.
I'll second it.
Motion moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. So we have the conditions and the recommendations from Wakefield Township. Do we want to handle those now, or would we like to handle those when we make the motion?
Yeah, well, quick question. Jeff, I presumed you were good since you referenced the conditions. You're good with Wakefield Township's conditions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'd just do it in the motion.
Okay. All right, findings of fact. Is the proposal consistent with the zoning ordinance? Why or why not?
Mr. Chair, I believe it is consistent with land use and zoning ordinance number 439, sections 4.18, 6.17, and 9.3.6. A temporary asphalt mixing facility is allowed with an IUP.
Thank you. Does the proposal conform to the comprehensive plan of the county? If so, please list the applicable sections.
Mr. Chair, I would say that it would, specifically the agricultural goal, item number 1, it does support agriculture as a desirable land use in that this project is not taking ag land out of production in any way. And at the same time, it facilitates diversification of the county's agriculture economy.
Thank you. Is the proposal compatible with the existing neighborhood? Why or why not?
Mr. Chair, being I thought it was there for 50 years mistakenly, it seems like it has been. There's actually a really nice berm around that particular pit too. I think it's consistent. It's been there.
Thank you. Has the applicant demonstrated that standards and criteria stated in the ordinance will be satisfied?
Yeah, and Mr. Chair, I think based on past performance in that pit, they have demonstrated that they will meet the criteria. And in discussion, Wakefield Township has some recommended conditions which they have agreed with as well.
Thank you. Other issues pertinent to this matter, township or city input, federal, state, or local permits, environmental concerns, information submitted regarding property values, public health, safety, or traffic impacts, public service and facilities, including schools, parks, streets, and utilities, and financial assurance to guarantee reclamation or cleanup.
Mr. Chair, as discussed perhaps already, Wakefield Township is good with this project, and they've been in operation there for a long time and had no problems.
Thank you. Any other comments or concerns? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion. Remember, with conditions, please.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to recommend approval with the conditions. I would put an end date on this on April 16th, 2034. Or sorry, December 31st, 2034 is outlined in the county's plan. And just a note to call out the hours of operation. Rather than in the county's 7 to 3, we'd make that 7 to 2. Otherwise, we will take the 5 recommended conditions from the county. And then we would add the other 6 items
As number 6?
as number 6. I'm looking at which ones are consistent. We have hours of operation, those overlap, so we're going to use the 7 to 2. We've set the date of 2034. The truck hauling signs is good. The addition would be the lighting boilerplate, if you will, which shouldn't be an issue either way, but we'll make it a condition. The road class 5 and using chemical treatment, number 4. So haul roads and processing or staging areas shall be surfaced with class 5 with chemical treatment or water to keep down dust. That would be an addition to the counties. I guess we'll add 5 as well. That's applicant and operator shall exercise best efforts to control noise. And we will also include number 6, which is the entrance as well. So I think in total that makes 9, I guess, conditions. What was my math right on that?
Yeah, so you wanted to add 2, 4, 5, and 6?
2, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that would be 9.
Yes, I can still add. All right. So with those 9 conditions, I recommend approval.
We have a motion?
I'll second it.
We
Oh,
have a
you need a motion?
No, we have a
That is
motion.
His
Yeah,
motion,
we have
I
a
will
motion.
second
So
it.
we have a second.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. When will the county board be hearing this?
April 16th.
April 16th.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Okay.
That was so exciting. All right. Agenda item number 2. Heidi, I believe you indicated our folks are joining us via virtual.
Yes, they are online.
Okay. So again, we're going to review the item. Talk about members who visited the site through roll call, have a staff report. The applicants will introduce themselves virtually. The commission members will ask questions of staff and the applicant. We'll have a public hearing. Talk about correspondence, close the hearing, further discussion, findings of fact, and then a motion. So, agenda item number 2, to consider an interim use permit application submitted by Central Specialties, Alexandria, Minnesota, on behalf of Francis H. Imdike Revocable Trust and Janice A. Imdike Revocable Trust, Melrose, Minnesota, according to sections 4.18, 6.17, and 9.3.6 of Stearns County Land Use and Zoning Ordinance number 439, to operate a temporary asphalt plant in the Agricultural 40, A40 zoning district. The proposal is located in part of the southeast quarter of the southwest quarter, lying north of County Road 30 in section 15 of Grove Township. So members who visited the site. I did.
Dave Benford, I did.
Jason?
I did not have been there in that area in the past, however.
Rich?
Rich Blankish, I visited the site.
I did as well.
Okay, all there. Staff report.
Okay, so this is another temporary asphalt plant located in an existing gravel pit. There's been a few asphalt plant permits issued out here, 2008, 2010, 2015, so we're here again. We haven't received any complaints on those pits. The area is not within any areas of concern. There's no wetlands within the vicinity of the asphalt plant. Access is to County Road 30. They are requesting hours 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Sundays and holidays should be excluded. And there again would be the $5,000 financial guarantee required. This area is zoned Agriculture 40 and Agriculture 80. There's approximately 20 residences and 7 animal feedlots within a half mile. There's also 3 other gravel pits within a half mile of the property too. Proposed conditions: the hours of operation, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, excluding Sundays and holidays. Set a date for the interim use permit. Applicants are requesting December 31st, 2029. Truck hauling signs are required during times of hauling. Recycled asphalt, pavement, and excess materials shall be removed upon completion of the operation. The applicant shall maintain a financial guarantee in the amount of $5,000. That's all that I have.
Thank you. Applicants, would you like to introduce yourself and state your address, please?
Hey, good evening. This is Shane with Central Specialties. We'll be at 3200 Crimson Drive, Northwest, Garfield, Minnesota 56332.
Thanks, Shane. Do you have anything to add to our discussion at the moment?
No, so far everything looks good.
Perfect. Questions from staff, from commissions?
Yeah, question for the applicant, Mr. Chair. You guys have requested this IUP going until December 31st, 2029. Is there a reason only for 5 years versus running it out longer?
I put it for 5 years because it looked like our previous permits had been 5 years as well.
Okay. Would you be opposed to doing for 10?
No, that would be great.
Okay.
Other questions from staff, from commission members? Hearing none, I'd open the public hearing. Shane, if you can see, we have a throng of people here, but no one's come up to talk.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion. We close the public hearing. There was no correspondence on this one, Heidi?
Correct.
No.
Right on. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Motion and second to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Further discussion?
Yeah, is everyone okay with putting that at 10 instead of 5? So,
Sure.
So we'll amend the,
yep, we'll amend the recommended condition and make that December 31st, 2034, just like the one we previously approved. Kind of to your previous point, Jason, I think some of these, they're repetitively used. Let's pull out some of the process.
All right, moving on to the findings of fact. Is the proposal consistent with the zoning ordinance? Why or why not?
Mr. Chair, Jason Crone here. I believe it is similar to the one I just cited in the previous application. Land Use and Zoning Ordinance 439, Sections 4.18, 6.17, and 9.3.6 allow temporary asphalt mixing facilities in the A40 zoning district.
Thank you. Does the proposal conform to the comprehensive plan of the county? Please list applicable sections.
Mr. Chair, I would say agricultural goals, number one, it does facilitate diversification of the county's agriculture economy. And I would add nature goals, protect the county's aggregate resources and provide for reasonable economic use of aggregate.
Thank you. Number three, is the proposal compatible with the existing neighborhood? Why or why not?
Mr. Chair, Richard Blankish here. It is compatible when you look at the remoteness of the pit site.
And I think there are 3 gravel pits within, what, half a mile or so, so it makes sense.
Fits the territory.
And I'll add, it's already there.
Yeah, correct.
Since 2008. So yes, it's been a while.
Yep.
Thank you. How has the applicant demonstrated that standards and criteria stated in the ordinance will be satisfied?
Mr. Chair, this one, as we just cited, has been in operation since 2008 and not aware of any issues or concerns, and we don't have a lot of neighbors here representing issues either, so I think we're in good shape.
Thanks. Other issues pertinent to this matter, such as township or city input, federal, state, or local permits, any environmental concerns, any information submitted regarding the impact to property values, any impacts to public health, safety, or traffic generation, any public service and facilities, including schools, parks, streets, and utilities impact, any financial assurance required to guarantee reclamation or cleanup, or other items of concern.
We have not had any contact from any of those entities.
True statement. However, MSHA should be an overarching regulatory agency dealing with a lot of the environmental concerns that are cited here. So there are other requirements that they already have to meet to address some of these.
And also there is the $5,000 component for cleanup. All right, any other discussions relating to this topic?
Mr. Chair, I believe we need to close the public hearing.
We didn't do that?
I thought we voted.
thought we did that.
I know you opened it. Did you close it?
I
Closed
second.
it.
Yep.
I made a motion, Rich seconded, and then we,
Oh.
yeah, we
Oh,
It was
We
the
flew, Heidi.
hubbub of the public that just drowned us
Right.
out.
Yeah.
if no one else has anything else, though, I would make a motion. We recommend approval with the 5 conditions outlined in the packet, and
With the change.
with the sorry, thank you, with the change as we previously discussed.
Okay, with that motion and that extension, I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. This will be at the April 16th board meeting for further discussion. All right, so those are
Good
the action items.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Shane.
Other discussion, topics related to recreational camping and cabins.
No? That was.
Yeah, we
That was
covered it at
last.
the last one.
We took
Yeah.
care of that last meeting.
No.
But it was, should we rehash it? It was,
No.
okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good job.
Good job. That was short and sweet.
I like short and sweet.